Okay, so let's talk fighting games. But first, I want to say something. I've been struggling on what kind of content to make for English viewers, English language viewers, aside from the new releases, because there are tons of gaming videos on past games and gameplays and stuff like that. So I think that if I end up making the same kind of content right now that I'm making for Portuguese viewers and Portuguese Portuguese language community viewers, sorry, it's gonna be actually boring, and I'm gonna have to compete with people that do make better content than I do, seeing that I'm just starting out. So instead, I'm going to talk about something that, at least today, something that I think needs to be said. But before I do that, I gotta find out why I'm getting into the chat room when I start playing. So hold on just a second. Yeah, that's not it. Oh, here, online. Okay. Yeah, so here's the thing. I don't know what is happening. So if you know how to record on the PS4, okay? So if you know how to record footage on the PS4 with the microphone, but without sending the microphone to the chat room and the voice chat on the games, please let me know in the comments. And instead of doing online, I'm gonna do single player. No. And I'm gonna do the multiverse.
Years ago, Batman called upon heroes from a parallel Earth with its own Batman and its own Superman to save our world. This was the first alternate universe we discovered, but now we know there are many others.
And we'll talk a little bit.
Infinite Earths, forming a vast and endless multiverse. These infinite Earths bring infinite possibilities, infinite heroes, infinite villains, and infinite crises. To monitor such dangers, Brother Eye is equipped with the latest source energy scanners, enabling it to search the multiverse for threats to our world and others. Threats that require intervention. Succeed, and you will ensure peace and security throughout the multiverse. Failure is not an option.
Yeah, sometimes it is. Okay, so I have been checking out the future releases, especially for the next gen, and something caught my attention. There has been, at least that I've seen, there has been no new title for the new generation for fighting games. And I got my theory on why that is, and I want to talk a little bit about this with you guys.
I'll never trust you, Selena.
Can't say I blame you.
Glad we understand each other.
Begin.
We have seen different styles of fighting games come to the scene. So we have the, how can I say this? We have the classic style for fighting games. Something like Injustice and Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, Marvel vs. Capcom. And honestly, we need more of that, in my opinion at least. Everything that I'm going to say here is my opinion. If I say it's a fact, you can go on the description and there will be some sort of proof of that, okay? So, people are not enjoying fighting games anymore, not like before.
Can't we move on, Dinah?
Not till I'm good
I
and
mean,
ready.
Sure, we have Dragon Ball Xenoverse. I don't really like it that much, but we do have it, and it's not totally bad. We have fighters like Smash Brothers and Brawlhalla. I'm a really big fan of both, but these are not skill-based fighting games. These are reflex-based fighting games. You don't need skills. You don't need to know the combos. Not like you used to in Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and Tekken. Those are skill-based fighting games.
Huntress,
Okay,
and I
let's call
busted
it
you
that.
once.
Back before Wonder Woman killed her.
Honestly, I don't know
Touching the
why
wrong nerve, Ivy.
the studios are choosing not to make them anymore. Obviously, we have Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity, which, yeah, it wasn't all bad like people say, at least not in my opinion, but it wasn't good either. You know, something like, yeah, I can play it, but only once to see the story, and that's it.
Got any
That was
fight
kind of
left in
me
you?
with Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity. And I think probably you guys think about this game like me, or even think it's not even worth playing once. So we have kind of new series like Injustice, and I honestly think that Injustice is dead. I don't see them doing another Injustice game. I hope I'm wrong, because it's really, really cool. It's a fun game to play. It's skill based, so it's not totally easy. I do miss a difficulty option
I
for
could use
single
a
player,
break.
but it's not necessarily needed.
You've been hanging around Bruce too long.
So why is people not playing these games anymore? Why they're choosing Smash Brothers and Brawlhalla and Dragon Ball? We are seeing for some time now a change in the gaming industry. We saw that in the mid-2000s, kind of like 2005, 2006, with the introduction to hardcore first-person shooters, sorry. And that actually brought a huge change, because fighting games became kinda
Black Canary wins.
kind of obsolete, if I may say so, but there was still those who enjoyed it and the market was good for it. But now it's not. I mean, what's the last fighting game that we had? You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's, what, Tekken 7? And Where is it? I mean, how many downloadable contents, how many DLCs we've got for Tekken 7? I don't know of a single one. How many contests, esports? Where is it? Where's the community? I don't see it. I look for it and I don't see it. And when we had arcades and the PS1 era and even the PS2, fighting games were very popular, really popular.
The Flash.
I remember going to anime conventions and playing Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. I even played Smash Brothers once, but it was kinda one small competition and the highlights were Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, Tekken, Soul Calibur.
Ready for this, Arthur?
And
What are you
today,
talking about?
it's
Let's
not
see
like
what you
that
got
anymore.
left.
Begin.
We don't see new releases very often. We don't see downloadable content for these releases. Not as I think we all wanted. The best downloadable contents, in my opinion, are for both Injustice games. And yeah, I mean,
Bet you didn't see that coming.
what's going on? Why are people choosing not to play fighting games anymore? So, I have a theory, and I actually have a few theories. And the first one is, it's not actually the fans, it's the studios.
The Flash wins.
And it looks kind of silly, but in the end it makes sense. Because, hear me out. The world is a mess right now, right? So we have COVID-19, we have the racism situation in America, we have the whole violence thing, and
Hitting
I
me won't be
believe
easy.
It'll hurt just the
that
same.
the studios are
Couldn't you
thinking,
be
hey,
intimidated
why are we
just this
doing
once?
this?
Begin.
Because if you think about it, even the WWE games are not as common as they used to be. So I think the studios are like, hey, we already have a small community, a small amount of players. So why are we doing this? Let's just change our focus. So we see Warner going towards third-person adventure, and we see the other studios just abandoning the fighting genre. So that's my first theory, that the studios are stop producing fighting games because it's, I don't know, maybe a risk that they're not willing to take for
The Flash wins.
bad reputation or something. I don't know. But it has to do with the situation in the world today. So if you go kind of make a joke with your friend and your friend actually don't care, and you say like, go to hell or die, I don't know, kind of joke, you know, people already look at you and they when they don't say anything, it's good, but most of them said, what are you talking? Why are you doing this? He's your friend. And it's just a joke, you know? So I think one of my theories is that, and it's the least likely. If you ask
Hitting
me.
me won't be easy.
You're only the fastest man alive, Barry.
I see what you did there.
My second
Begin.
theory is that there actually aren't that many players as it looks like buying fighting games. So the studios are stopping producing it because they're losing money. people are actually losing interest
Bet you didn't see that coming.
in fighting games. So that's my second theory. That is in the middle, if you ask me. Because we do see sales for fighting titles, but we don't see as many titles as before. And the third and let's say last theory is that the market, the studios are trying to end the genre. And that's really sad, and that's what I think it's most likely. People these days, they want to buy shooters. Third person, first person, top down, tactical. They want shooters and shooters and shooters. And don't get me wrong, I love Uncharted, for example. I love Doom. I think it's really good. But we have other stuff.
Still think you can take me? I'm stronger.
Batman Arkham was
Doesn't matter if
amazing.
you can't
The
hit me.
VR games, I haven't played any, but they look awesome. And I'm not talking about the shooters. And we have platforms. I mean, Crash Bandicoot 4. That is awesome. I grew up with Crash, and that shows us that the games that are not shooters, they can be good, but people don't want them, not as much as they used to. So the studios are just giving up on fighting games, for example. And I know what you're thinking, yeah, that does would explain my second theory, so they could be connected. Yeah, they could. But these are two different theories that I have. And before we actually finish this, because I really don't have anything else to say, but before we finish this, I just want to say, let's keep playing. Let's keep playing multiple genres, multiple studios. We can help them all. We might not be able to buy all the games, but we can help them all. We truly can. And we can have all the genres. And one final thing before I jump back to my footage, say goodbye to you guys. I want to ask something out of the indie devs. Please stop making shooters. Think about platformers, think about third person and fighting games. AAAs are already doing enough shooters, so try and make a difference, please. I am seeing a lot of new titles, independent titles, on the action adventure platform, but it seems like when when the independent developers go for this kind of thing, they go for pixelated games or low poly games, and that sucks. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like hetero games, hetero-like games, but I do want to see something like this that you're seeing right now on screen. I still want to see that. So indies, please don't try and compete with AAA studios. Let's make a little bit of everything. All right. So yeah.
Hey guys, so what do you think about this? Are we gonna get to a point where we're gonna have just shooters? Is the video game industry really going to change like that? Let's discuss this. I mean, I think it's interesting, so yeah, let me know. So don't forget to subscribe, like the video if you like it, go on, comment ahead, let's talk about it, and share. It's really important. It really helps me. It's what makes me go forward. Okay, thanks for watching, God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.